All right, we're back after that, festival hiatus. Nerd Z, is you ready?
Yes, sir.
Delpesh, is you ready?
I gotta be ready.
Oh.
Especially for this this upcoming weather, man. You gotta be ready. You gotta have your water on you. You gotta have your
Facts.
what's it called? Perspiration.
Wow.
You gotta stay in the shade if you can find shade.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy out here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in a world where no wall can hold anybody down. This is the vet. I'm your host, Jay Hunneville. We got Nerd Z here.
Hey.
We got Delpesh here.
In the business. In the flesh. What the hell? AKA in the business. What the hell?
In the biz.
In the biz. That's not a.
That's not a bad. Okay.
I mean,
It's Captain Corners, AKA I bring the crowd with me.
yeah, man. So, Caravana.
Wait,
well,
did you was he introduced or am I?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your time is like,
Yeah.
because they say the Earth apparently is spinning faster than normal.
Yeah. So
So-
you have to catch up
Right?
with everything.
Didn't it feel like we were going super fast? The days were like super short.
No,
and
okay.
There was a moment where
I
we
felt
were
it
like,
was
yo.
still Caravana weekend. I feel like when did anybody get time to work? Because it looked like it was just a party from like Wednesday, Thursday. It seemed like everybody was going to an event.
Right, yeah.
The only event I had
Yeah.
to go to that weekend is the events that made me good money, which is work. I was working most of those times. That's the only events I got.
I don't even know what I did that weekend. That Earth moving thing. Nah, bro. Like, I think there's a whole month I don't remember what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even.
It was moving too fast.
Yeah, it
Like-
moved way too fast. So, Caravana weekend, it was, I guess, after, was it 2 years? 2 years. It's been a while since they had a legit, Caravana.
Legit, yeah.
So, it finally came back. The masqueraders were out. The parties were
yeah.
out.
Oh yeah.
All that stuff. I wasn't there. Delpesh, I don't think you were there.
No, I wasn't.
So we're gonna take it to our Carnival specialist, Nerd Z.
Hey.
How's it going? Is it still hot over there?
Oh, it was great. All the bacchanal in, the waistline working, and everything island and tropical was definitely happening on that day.
Oh, it sounds great. I was on CP24 and they were talking about all these festive things. John Tory bussing a wine.
Whoa! And the feathers and the jewels were
his
everything.
Stiff ass is not busting no wine at all.
John Tory was bussing a wine and doing all the festive things, getting ready for Carnival.
Yes, it was
was-
quite a turn up.
He was busting literal wine.
And he-
He drinks in his private time. That's the wine he only knows about.
not with the H. I&E.
He's in, not with yes.
So, did you go to any parties?
I can say I didn't go to the big parties. I definitely wanted to go to some of the bigger ones, but I heard they were phenomenal from friends.
That's what I'm saying.
They were super great. However,
Oh.
one of the things that I did hear and had feedback about was that the capacity wasn't as full.
Right.
The only one that was actually full capacity from what I understood was Tsunami. And Tsunami had made a huge impact. They said that the water fete or the wet fete was really great. Such a good turnout. But everything else, either leading up to it or even afterwards, they were from what I was hearing, the whispers in the walls, people attending and everything, they said that there's just not a lot of people. It wasn't at capacity or even just full.
Oh, compared to how it was years before type
Yes.
thing?
I think it's just this year in general. A lot of places right now are just not full.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm thinking maybe it's because everybody has parties.
This is true.
Multiple parties, so it kind of divides
It's competing.
everything together. Because I heard about Cozy. I heard Cozy was nice. I heard other ones were nice, but like I guess it's one of those things that everybody and their grandparents are having parties this year.
Everyone's vacationing hard this year, partying hard this year.
So
Yeah, it's like
so like
I made a comeback. We've been locked up for 2 years.
yeah, and I mean, yes,
2 years. ...
Yeah, more I guess, sort of, because I think they did try the digital Caravana thing, but
It's just
Yes,
it's
the
not the
virtual
same.
launch.
that wasn't gonna cut it. Right?
I gotta
Yeah.
feel the skin on skin. I gotta feel the sweat.
So, okay,
I have to feel the waistline
Moving.
moving.
that's funny. But yeah. So I wasn't at any of these events. I just was too busy on work and other things. But like, one thing we could say that hey, it was actually like nothing disrupt the festivities this year. Right?
Yeah. I may have heard an oddball thing, but it was really just an oddball thing, really. But other than that, like,
Yeah, I mean, there was a moment at Caravana where there were people there was a moment where people flood and ran from a point on the street.
really?
And this was very much at the end of the parade. But everyone had actually gotten back safely. But it was just this one point. I guess there was just an altercation or interaction that happened, and then just everyone just
Started
ran.
running?
Yeah. And it was like you could see it.
Oh, okay.
From
Was it
where?
like a fight? Was it like just
Couldn't even tell you. It was just
You
people
read-
running.
yeah? And then black people, if someone runs, in,
Runs,
you run.
everybody's running. Yeah,
And
that's just
the
what it is.
accuracy on that is very accurate. It's 90% and above.
Yeah, so,
I did the studies.
So like, how like okay, me just from the outside looking in, like, what was it like? I heard there was issues with costumes.
Yeah.
People had issues with costumes.
Yes. So obviously, and I think this has just been a running theme or like narrative that has been going on. So like the first thing that came up was that that Carnival is ostracizing or not having the full set of representation. For me, as they say, or even knowing, Carnival is for women, right? Carnival is women. And it's to showcase the different sizes, different shapes, the different looks of women. And that's what we know. The costumes are really more flattering for women. Obviously, now men are definitely getting into mass, and they too are participating and also looking just as great in these feathers and jewels and everything else. And they're actually, especially since it's been, what is it, Daddy Short season? The Zaddies all came out this year. And it was great. It was okay. Anyways.
Get it together.
Yeah, I know. Just, wow. Whew. Saw some stuff. But anyways.
Hey.
But the other part that was an issue was stormers. So a lot of people on Instagram especially, I think on like one of the bigger streaming platforms like Six Buzz or what's the one? Six Uncut or something like that. Or whatever.
Yeah.
They were talking about it, and a lot of people were sharing their grievances about stormers coming in and occupying the space. So what they changed about the route this year was that in comparison to last year that they did it, was that staging, so the King and Queen show was the very last thing at the end of the route.
And that was at the exhibition place.
Yes. So it's always down by Lakeshore, but where they do the actual, where you get your point system. Because a lot of people don't understand what Carnival and why. One, it is a show.
Yeah.
So if you do know the culture, you know that participating in masquerading, at the end of it, you are actually coming as a team to represent the float. And with the float, you are supposed to collect your points.
Okay.
Who has the best costumes, who has the best band, who has the best music, who has the best crowd, energy, and then on top of it, look.
Yeah.
So when you know that, you understand that you participating in Carnival is not just for you to just get drunk and be dumb. It's actually a cultural thing. It's for you to actually participate in a sport.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people were having issues with the fact that these non-costumed individuals, non-masqueraders,
Just coming in,
just
trying to get
coming
bubble
in,
and
exactly. And what happened was, because they had changed the order of how the actual judging system was working. So last time it was like at the end, you walk the whole trail, and then at the end, when you're done, you're tired, your feet are hurting and aching, you still have to have your team, and they still have to present themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So they changed it. They said, okay, we're going to have you guys cross the stage, do your judging first, and then enjoy yourself for the rest of it. Right? And of course, the reason why they said that is because the complaints of, well, why am I have to wait until this and that? I have to stay sober the whole time, if that's the case. Then before I go on stage, like,
well,
I don't want no sloppy people, like, you know.
Well, you just have to stay sober then.
It has its good, but that's the thing. It has its goods and bads, I guess, right?
But one of the biggest things, so as I was saying about the stormers, was that they interrupted the pathway and delayed the trucks. And because of that, they occupied and took up the whole entire ending part, so people couldn't actually leave the actual parade.
Okay.
And that was the issue.
Now,
wait, for those who are listening, what is a stormer exactly?
So a stormer is somebody who is not paid, not in the masquerade, not actually mass. They are not a marshal. They have no participation. To actually be in the actual floats. So
when they jump on to get like wine on, or they jump to just be a part. Or,
casual clothes.
Steal people's feathers and wear them. And
coming in, basically.
Steal people's feathers and wear them.
But here's a
non-wristbanded people, essentially.
Okay.
I was hearing different like things. Like the first one, the reason why I brought costume at first, because I heard people had issues getting their costumes on time.
That I don't know of.
Oh, okay.
That I don't know, and if that is the case, I wouldn't know which band particular that was having an issue. Bands,
but like maybe I don't know if it was like an overwhelming amount of people.
Yeah.
And I heard I don't know if the pricing of
it definitely went up, but so has everything else.
Right.
Yeah. So it just kind of goes. Inflation is gonna match the way that society is going, right? So that's another thing.
Right. So I guess now in regards to the stormers.
Yes.
I don't know how you can control that.
Yes.
But like.
So that's what they have security for, and the joke is where they have security is in the wrong place.
Oh, okay.
Personally.
Is it police security or like hired security?
No, hired security. And this is another thing. So police officers were not actually on the floor.
Oh, this
year they did not have police.
You know, that could be like I don't, I'm not aware if police were there. I wasn't there.
I mean, they were there.
That's what you're showing me.
But not like.
They weren't as much as you would usually see.
Based off what you're saying, if that was the case, that could just be one, they believe that it's going to be very safe this year around and they feel like they have it under control, everything's okay. Or they want something to happen, so some type of negligence happens and they can say, this is why we shouldn't have this parade. Or we should control it a certain way. That's why I'm happy, like, because when black people have our events and black people have certain things, like it's either some people are gonna be like, yo, this is a great thing for us, but there's gonna be people that be like, if something happens, this is why you shouldn't give the blacks this. Right? So, I don't know, when it comes to Carnival, I heard you have to pay $45 to get in.
Madness.
Just to get in.
Just to get through as a spectator. That's the thing. A spectator. It was crazy. And that's 45. It was 45 from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And that's when it ends.
That's really early. 6 p.m. That's really early.
I'm not too aware about when it ends, but
6 p.m. is when it finishes. It's just that the trucks itself, they don't typically end until 8 p.m. So it's like when a restaurant closes, they're not letting in any more patrons. The kitchen's closed at this point, but whoever is already in there, they can still continue to eat.
Right. Okay. Right? That makes sense.
So so you have stormers. Like, I don't know how you control the stormers. Where did you notice any people from across the world perform? Like different accents, because I always hear about were you sure they were actual American accents or
English.
They were actually from
England?
English were in the house.
Were they actually from there, or were they Toronto mans or whatever switching their accents up?
Not Toronto mans trying to play for Americans, because they would still lose every single time.
That's a regular thing. Apparently.
That's a loss.
That's what I was aware of.
There is no way Toronto mans can sound like American men's.
What you saying, son?
Nah, because you know what? American men are sweet.
Oh.
No offense.
That's
I
a
know what you're talking about.
that's
Like
No
anybody
offense.
could switch up. Anybody can switch
Yeah,
up.
anyone
It's
can
like a
switch
tailor.
up.
You can switch
You're-
like this.
you're
Oh, I
right.
just had to be polite.
You are so right, but there's so many. This is the thing. When you meet Americans in Caribana, there's particular things that are identifiers that tell you they are American.
Okay.
One of them being, where are you from?
just off the rip.
Where are you from? That question alone can tell you you're talking to American versus a Toronto.
Okay. Well, I mean, anybody could say, but I guess it's just how you say it. But hey,
No. It's the response. That's the reason why I'm saying that.
Don't say the response.
I'm
'cause
not.
We're gonna be taking notes. People are gonna be taking notes. But I mean, I'm glad to hear that Caribana was safe this year.
Safe, yeah.
I heard the parties were even more crazy.
Yes.
I heard they were nice.
Yeah.
Now here's the question: will you do it next year?
Of course. I will do it every year.
The event does Caribana next year.
I'm trying to go to
get a-
Trinidad.
That's
'cause
not
I-
The bodies.
No,
go,
that's
get a-
yo. Z said the answer. That's the ultimate.
That is where
I
I'm
want
trying
to
to
go to
go.
the Trinidadian one. That's the
I heard that one is chaos.
That's the
That one is
Grand
like
Slam.
But that's the
Yeah.
thing.
That
That's
and
real-
Grenada.
But here's an.
And
Is there security? Like, but that's the thing. Like, okay, so you have Trinidad and
you have to
Trinidad.
understand.
Is there security in Trinidad one?
Not that I understand. Like I don't
Like, I
know
don't
if
know how
there
it
is
works.
security there, but you have to recognize that Carnival there is very different from over here. Carnival there is the actual culture. Like they
Right.
put this on because they know that this is a part of crop over. This is a part of harvesting. This is a part of the culture itself. It's not a commercialized thing like how it is in Canada.
yeah.
Right.
Canada, it's more so like being open to different cultures of people and allow them to see and have the culture be displayed for everyone's viewing and involvement.
And everybody's business.
Exactly.
make money around it,
But back
I
home
guess.
is like
That's
it's under
different.
it's an underground approach. Like yo, we're just gonna do this.
I don't think it's underground anymore.
Not underground, but like
Well, obviously they
exclusivity.
It's still a
Yeah.
foundation. Like this is where the foundation's from. I guess.
they definitely get out of tourism out of it for sure.
oh yeah, people will fly to Trinidad.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm going to this carnival.
I'd go there with my lady. I'd go with my lady.
Oh, actually, can I just mention it? I'll go to the Trini one. I'll see what Miami's like, and I want to see what New York is like.
Miami is too.
Yeah, I'll go with my lady still. If it was one of those things, the event and my lady, I'll make sure my body's right,
Right?
and then go out there. I don't think it matters. I don't think your body matters out there still.
That's the thing.
In Miami?
No, not just.
Oh,
out,
well,
in Carnival. Just
Oh.
Carnival is.
Carnival as a whole?
You come as you are
Yeah.
and just have a good time.
You have a good, yeah. That's
You know what I
really
mean?
good.
That's true.
But yeah, like I'm happy for those people, everybody that went. You guys be safe out there for sure, because monkeypox. Like I was thinking about that too,
Yo.
like all these different stuff. But I mean, I'm glad everybody's okay. That's one thing for sure. I just hear about the stormers every year, and it's like
I don't know. There's a term for it. Like
Yeah.
and I don't know how you control that. Like, as a spectator, do you get a wristband?
Yes, you get
So
a
you get, like,
spectator
so you can get
wristband.
bubbles still, like because you have
Yeah,
wristband,
you
they look
can
at you
still-
Like, yeah, you get the wide now because you paid.
But that's the thing, like
Pay for bubbles.
I don't think
you're
so. I don't know
Paying for
what it
bubbles,
is
right.
exactly, because sometimes I think that people forget a lot of it needs to be explained to spectators. And I think that people need to understand, like, if they're coming in to be a participant in the mass, like, they need to also be instructed as to what to expect.
Right.
These are the rules. If you're coming in here, find a band, but move.
Just move with the band.
Move
have fun
with the band, yeah.
Yeah, at least do-
okay.
But that's it. Like,
Don't block the band truck.
don't block, listen to the marshals, this, that, and the third. They should actually be told what the expectations are.
Yeah.
Because
Stormers don't have that. They don't know what's
they
going
don't
on.
know.
So
They
they'll
just
be
come
blocking.
in.
They just come in and blocking.
Exactly.
hop on the float.
Yeah.
Take someone off the float.
That's
jump
what it
off.
is. Talk to people. You know how many times I've seen like the actual marshals go up and down on the truck to kick people off, and they're like, that's the reason why the truck stopped, because people are coming onto the truck
Jump
that
onto
don't
the thing.
have
They're
any
not supposed to be
affiliation, don't need to be on there.
They're
Like,
like, get off.
this is why
The
we're
truck
stuck.
is for people that need to. What is that, like, to rest?
to rest. For the masqueraders, that's where the
Water.
food is. Yeah, that's all that stuff. But if you're there and you're there just doing foolishness,
Who are you?
you don't know. Like it's basically saying like you're at a job site and you don't have any of the tools, the foundation, the understanding, the education to actually be
you don't
there.
know the safety procedure. Women's
Nothing.
Okay.
So it's like, why are you there?
Site? Like, yo, who is this guy? Yo,
Yeah, like you're ultimately like gonna be like kicked out. So it's this exact same way.
I'll say shout out to Jamaica. I seen that they had a Jamaica float.
As always.
You know, shout out to Jamaica.
Yes, man.
You already know. You know, we're celebrating out this weekend too. You know, 1, 2, 3 for the track and all that. Yo, anyway, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, shout out to Jamaica same way. But yeah, I'm happy everybody, you know, got out of there safe and had a good time.